My name is Carrie Cottle and welcome to Read Aloud with Ms. Cottle. Today we are reading Biblio Burro, the true story from Colombia. Enjoy! Biblio Burro, a true story from Colombia by Jeanette Winter. Published by Beach Lane Books. Deep in the jungles of Colombia, there lives a man who loves books. His name is Luis. As soon as he reads one book, he brings home another. Soon the house is filled with books. His wife, Diana, grumbles.
What are we going to do? Eat books with our rice?
Luis thinks long and hard. At last, an idea pops into his head. I can bring my books into the faraway hills to share with those who have none. One burro could carry books, and another burro could carry me and more books. Luis buys two sturdy little burros. He names them Alfa and Beto. He builds crates to hang on their backs and paints signs. Biblio Burro, the burro library. Then Diana fills the crates with books. Every week, Luis and Alfa and Beto set off across the countryside to faraway villages in the lonely hills. This week, they traveled to El Tormento. When the sun burns high in the sky, Luis and the burros stop at a stream to drink the cool water. After they have their fill, Beto balks. Luis pulls and pulls on Beto's reins, but Beto won't budge. The children are waiting for us. At last, the burro gives in and steps across the stream. Deep in the hills, the path is lonelier than ever. Bird songs are the only sounds they hear. Then, from deep in the shadows, a bandit leaps out. Please, let us pass, Luis says. The children are waiting. The bandit scowls at the books, but he takes one and growls. Next time I want silver.
Give me your silver.
The Biblio Burro continues on its way over the hills until at last Luis sees houses below. The children of El Tormento run to meet him. Luis insists on reading a story before they choose books to borrow. Today, I have a surprise for you, he says. He reaches behind the books and pulls out a bundle of masks, little piglets. Put on a mask and I'll read you a tale about pigs.
Once upon a time,
when the story ends, it's time for everyone to choose a book. The children hold their books close as they say goodbye and walk home. Luis and Alfa and Beto head back over and around the hills, across the grasslands and streams, and into the sunset. home, Luis feeds his hungry burros, and Diana feeds her hungry husband. But then, instead of sleeping, Luis picks up his book and reads deep into the night. And far away in the hills, candles and lanterns burn as the children read borrowed books deep into their night, too. People around here love stories. I'm trying to keep that spirit alive in my own way. Luis Soriano. Biblio Burro is based on the true story of Luis Soriano, who lives in La Gloria, a remote town in northern Colombia. An avid reader, Luis understood the transformative power of reading because of his experience as a school teacher. He wanted to share his collection of books with the children and adults in the isolated villages in the distant hills where books were scarce. Most houses had none. Luis and his 2 burros began bringing books to the villages in 2000. He started with a collection of 70 books that has grown to over 4,800, mostly from donations. Now the Biblio Burro travels to the hills every weekend. 300 people more or less look forward to borrowing the books Luis brings. A small corner of the world is enriched. That was Biblio Burro. Do you know what I love about this book? I love how Luis, the teacher in this book, saw a need. He knew that there were children who didn't have access to books, and he had some. So he figured out a plan, and with the support of Diana, his wife, he made it happen. He brought those books to kids, and he brought the community together. What do you notice that needs to be solved? How could you help? I bet you could help to solve people's problems, and you can use some support of the other people in your life and maybe the greater community to help people's lives be just a little bit better, or maybe a lot. No matter what, take care of each other.